Hello Ogmore Vale, it's Owen from the church on the High Street. Today's video is about how to read the Bible, because you might want to, but you might feel overwhelmed or where to begin and all that stuff. So let's jump in. But here's a controversial point. Don't read it on your own. Better say that last bit again. Don't read the Bible on your own too much. See, the Bible isn't impossible to understand. It makes simple people wise, but it should be read in church. Here's a few reasons why. There's a book in the Bible, it's called Ephesians, and in Ephesians it says this: the church, Jesus has given the church apostles, teachers, prophets, evangelists, pastors, to help the body, that's all of us together, grow to be more like Jesus, because he's the head of the body. I get in the Bible Jesus sort of withdrew from people sometimes to pray and to learn from his Father, but he always fed back into the life of the common people and into the church and into his disciples. Let me get controversial. If you are having experiences of God and amazing times on your own with your Bible and in prayer, but it doesn't feed back into church, the body, and doesn't make you more like Jesus in church, among your church family, or your own family at home, you're not more like Jesus at home, or in your community, that's probably an illegitimate experience of God. You're probably spending too much time on your own. You might need to get a job. Also, our own personality traits can be read into the Bible, and we can focus on things which aren't necessarily there. On the flip side, quite a lot of people worry that they're no longer Christians because they haven't read the Bible enough on their own. Here's another point. Sometimes with the Bible, what appears to be something quite plain and straightforward isn't actually the meaning at all. See, with the Bible, the simplest interpretation isn't always the right one. People say, well, why doesn't God make it just plain and easy to follow? Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he's got good reason not to. And church can help get to the meaning of the Bible. What you find in the Bible is often Jesus' disciples and people misunderstand what he's saying. And he's done that on purpose so that they keep asking him questions so they can get even deeper. We can do that in church. Keep asking, what's this really about? At one point, his disciples say to Jesus, Jesus, you need to eat something. And he says, I eat food that you know nothing about. And the disciples say, has someone been sneaking him some food? But he wasn't talking about that type of food. And so they ask questions, and they go deeper. Jesus could have said that straight off, but he didn't. In another passage, Jesus' friend Lazarus dies. But instead of saying that, he says Lazarus has just fallen asleep. And the text says people start asking, oh, well, if he's asleep, he should wake up soon and be okay. But Jesus didn't mean sleep like that. He had something deeper going on. There's a woman who's trying to get water out of a well, and Jesus says, oh, you need to drink the kind of water that I give you. She's like, oh, where's the bucket for me to get that type of water? But Jesus wasn't talking about that type of water. He's talking about something much deeper. In Matthew chapter 16, Jesus' friends forgot to bring some bread on a trip. And Jesus says, beware of the yeast of the Pharisees. What? Now here's the glory of church. We're not on our own. There are experienced Bible scholars in churches, but there are people who come from all walks of life, and their insights and experience can really help even the wisest people in church see something in the Bible that they've never seen before, getting to the heart of the text. That is a wonderful thing. See you at 10:30 on Sunday.